What's going on, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here. It's been a few weeks since LG took the wraps off their all-new modular G5. And since we did our hands-on at Mobile World Congress, we've had a ton of questions about the phone, about the modules, about how it works, about the UI. So I figured instead of just doing a top 5 things to know, here are actually top 5 questions that we've gotten from you guys. I put out a call for questions on Twitter, and I also took comments from our hands-on video. This is a pre-production unit, so I'm not comfortable using it for our full review, but when we do get a production unit in, of course we'll have our full review. So let's jump right in. First question comes from David Carrasco, who asks, is it easy to switch modules? The modules are called Friends, that's what LG's dubbing them, and there are several that'll be available at launch. Probably the most popular, though, is this guy, the camera module. So to switch modules is actually pretty easy. There's a button that lives on the left-hand side of the phone. Go ahead and give it a little bit of a press with your nail. And you can slide the bottom part out. What used to be just a chin on the phone, now where you go to pull out the module. It's a camera module, actually. In addition to having camera controls, will expand the battery, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Once you have the battery attached in your module, which goes and slides right in, and that's it. Turn the phone back on. They are not hot swappable. You got to turn the phone off. If you pull the battery, it'll just turn the phone off. Hit the power button on the back, you're good to go. Overall, it's about a 20-second process to switch modules. Not too bad. The next one is a question that I got from a ton of people. It comes from Ethan Bean, who asks, how does the battery stay in the phone and replace the modules, like with the camera module or the audio module? So, like I said, it's pretty simple. When you go ahead and pop out a module, the battery is attached to the module with 2 connectors. And when you go ahead and pull it, you really got to feel like you're going to break it almost. But if you just give it a big pull, it pops right out. You can see the connectors right there. And that's really it. That's all there is to it. It just stays onto the module via 2 connectors, 1 on each side. Pop back in, and you're good to go. It's not going to fall off. Next question comes from Cubs, who asks, at John 4 Lakers, does the camera module actually make images better? If yes, how much? And is it worth buying? And also battery, of course. So it's not going to do anything hardware-wise to make the pictures better. It's going to be up to you if you can make it better. So when you hold the camera module, you might be able to get pictures a little bit more stable, but it does have OIS built in. You've got an actual shutter button, a button that's going to toggle between picture and video, and then a little roller if you want to zoom in. That's all it's going to do, just make it feel a little bit more comfortable in the hand. It's also going to expand the battery from 2800 to 4000 milliamp hours, so bear that in mind. But when you take pictures using the same 2 sensors that are built into the back, and that's right, there are 2 sensors here. You've got a normal 16 megapixel sensor with an f1.8 aperture, and I think probably the coolest thing though is the 8 megapixel wide angle sensor, which takes huge wide angle pictures. In our office, you can almost see from wall to wall, and that's got an f2.4 aperture. And of course, all the stuff LG is famous for, like the laser autofocus, is also here. Next one comes from Joseph Rivera, who wants to ask build quality. How much better in the hand does it feel than G4? It felt really cheap, like a Lego and a dirty baseball glove. Again, pre-production unit. I am not a fan of how this phone feels in the hand at all. I was worried about how the modules are going to feel. Those feel really stable, but when you compare it to the other competition it's competing against, it does not feel as premium as I think the phone should be, and as premium as the phone actually is. Next one comes from Play Every Day, who says, I don't know why, but no app drawer is a turnoff for me, and that was something that I want to talk about. The UI built into the phone, don't have an app drawer. No app drawer, which for me is a absolute deal breaker. But you can install, of course, a third-party launcher, and it does give you the app drawer. I confirmed it. We threw Google Now on here without any issue at all. So pick your poison. So what do you guys think about the G5? Are the Friends all that friendly? Would you use them? Is it more of a cool idea that maybe you would just forget that you had the option to? I want to hear your thoughts on it. You're more of a Galaxy S7 or a Galaxy S7 Edge fan. Maybe the Nexus is your device of choice, or maybe you're an iPhone guy or gal. Let us know why. Leave in the comments down below. And of course, we get a review unit in. We'll do a ton more coverage on the G5. Till next time, John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. Ow, I didn't think that through.